Hey everybody, welcome to episode number 21 of What's That Pepper series. Today I have another very special pod to show you. This is the Starr-Racha pepper, a cross of my own. This is a cross between a Scotch Bonnet yellow and a Reaper. So let's take a look at the plant and the parent plant, and then I'll come back and show you what this pepper look like, and then we'll cut it open, tell you a little bit more about it, and give it a taste. Okay, here's the look at the plant. This is the Scotch Bonnet yellow cross with a Reaper. The plant is very beautiful and it produced very nice sized pods. Many of them look very different. See those different colors? The transition is very cool. And some has Reaper shapes or similar to Reaper shapes, and some just look totally different. And one of my favorite pot is this guy here. Look at this. It's just absolutely gorgeous. See, there's a little stinger here. And the pods sort of like have a bonnet shape. And then here's some other ones. There were a few that look a little like a Reaper, but I picked it off already. And let's see, kind of like that. And these plants can get pretty large, very productive. Again, I had some mite issues, so it kind of set this back a little bit, but it's still a very pretty plant. Produce very nice sized pods. All the shapes are different, as I mentioned, and so look at that, very nice, wrinkly. Some have those dents and grooves just like a Scotch bonnet, and it has these little bumpy skin that kind of resemble a Reaper. So that's what the plant looked like, and let me show you the parent plant, or the parent fruit at least. So here is the parent Scotch bonnet there. These are one of my favorite variety. That's why I crossed this with everything, because I just love the way they taste. And they also are very beautiful. Pods can range in sizes. Some can be huge, and sometimes they can be very small. But the color is just absolutely gorgeous. Very firm, nice, thick wall inside. Very flavorful. Okay, we need to pick up a few fruits so we can try it. I'll go for these two right here because these have been on here for a while. So let's pick that guy. Alright guys, here is what the pepper looked like. And before we go into looking at these further, let me show off something that I harvested today. I picked these as a late season harvest. This may be the last production of the year. And I got a ton of crazy nice varieties here. And if you guys want to see any of these in the next series, just let me know, and then I'll try to do a video for that. Let me show you a few. These are Bahamian Goats. I love these things. These are one of my favorite. Scotch Bonnet Yellow, the parent plant of the pepper that I'm going to do. I got a bunch of these. Look at these Pekins. And these here are Aji habaneros. Love these things. These are great for snacking. These here are BTRs, Butch T times Reaper, and some of the greener ones here. These are the actual shape that they should be here. Sometimes they turn all crazy weird, but typically these are the shape that they should look like. Very beautiful variety, and they're extra spicy. A bunch of these that I picked, I don't know what these are. I lost the label, so they look like some super hot, but they all ripen this way. The tricolor, very beautiful. I call this the Bob Marley because I don't know what it is. they all look like this. Here's a bunch of them here. Okay, and then these are Jay's Peach Ghost times Chocolate Ghost. Late season chocolate Scotch bonnet. Doesn't look as good as earlier. But yeah, so those are all of them. Let's go ahead and go into the pepper that we're focusing on today. Okay, this is the F1 Scotch Bonnet Yellow crossed with a Reaper. And they come in all different crazy shapes and sizes. See, these are the smaller ones. This is one of my favorite, most beautiful. So I will be saving seeds for this to grow because that is the desirable shapes in the stinger. So that would be for seed saving. These are okay too. Looks pretty crazy. And these are the parent fruits. And as you can see, they somewhat resemble the parent, and some has Scotch bonnet shape, like this one here, part Scotch bonnet shape, and that one's kind of Scotch bonnet in the tail from a Reaper. And this one is just crazy looking, just very cool. So these plants can get very, very big. The Scotch bonnet's parent plant, they can grow up to 5 feet, produce like crazy. There are fruits everywhere. They're delicious fruits. I love these. That's the reason why I crossed this, is because I grow this every year for hot sauce. And the heat on this is very good, but when I make hot sauce, I like it spicier. So I always grow extra varieties like the Brazilian Ghost or the Reaper to add to these to make it spicier. So I don't have any more room, so I thought I'll just cross these to see if I can get a variety that would carry both traits, the sweetness from the Scotch bonnet aroma and then the crazy heat from the Reaper. So that is the reason why I crossed this. This is called the Starr-Racha. That's what I named it, and it's mainly going to be for sauce making. So let's go ahead and cut this open and we'll give it a taste. Very fresh because I just picked it. And I can feel this. It's very, the texture is very much like a Reaper. I can tell that it's a very thin wall, not like the Scotch bonnet. Wow, look at the oil on this thing. There's just oil everywhere. Let me smell it real quick. Has the exact smell of the parent plant, the Scotch bonnet. It doesn't smell very much like a Reaper. A little bit fruity. You can smell that it's, you know, some pepper, when you smell them, you can just tell that it's going to be very hot. Okay, and the placenta is a pretty good size. Got a few seeds there. The wall is a little thin, but look at there's just tons of oil. Wow, this is gonna be hot. So I don't want to make the mistake like I did in a few of the previous videos by eating too much of it, and so here it is. I'm just gonna try a small piece, and if it's not hot enough, I'll try a bigger piece. So let's give it a taste. Alright guys, let's give it a try. I've never had this before, so this is the first time. Scotch bonnet yellow crossed with a Reaper, mainly for hot sauce making. So alright, so here it is, just a small piece, just to see what it tastes like. It smells very sweet, but it smells very hot. It has the similar smell as the parent Scotch bonnet yellow. So it's very sweet. Lots of juice for a little piece. Okay, now the heat is starting to kick. It tastes very much like the Scotch bonnet. The heat is not immediate, but it's starting to build. I ate the very tip of the pepper, and it's it's very hot. Wow, just a little bit of yeah, definitely has the heat, but I'm not sure if it's up there with the Reaper heat, because anything that's over a Scotch bonnet, I just couldn't tell how hot it is, because my tolerance is not that great. Wow, this is very, very hot for a small piece. It doesn't burn around the tongue area, more of as you swallow it. It gets very warm here. So now this whole part of my chest is very warm. Yeah, so a small piece like that, it's wow, it's very, very hot. So the aroma is exactly like the Scotch bonnet. The heat is, I would say, wow, my chest is burning. I say the heat is much more than the Scotch bonnet, that's for sure. And the piece I just tried is very, very, very small. Whew. I think this is gonna be a good one. Specifically for sauce, just like I intended. And I'm very happy of how this particular pod turned out. It has a little bumps and thorn looking sticking out on the side, shape of a Scotch bonnet and a stinger of a Reaper. It's very, very good size too. Smaller than the parent, of course, but Reapers are not very large pods in general, so this is a very good cross for me. This is the F1. I'm gonna continue to grow this out. Wow, this is still, the heat is still there. My chest is burning right here. But I can't imagine if I ate the whole thing with placenta and all. That's gonna be some killer stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna continue to grow this out and then use it for hot sauce and keep growing it out to see if all of them would eventually turn somewhat like this. I would be very, very happy. Anyway, oh wow, it's still hot. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please post them below. And as I mentioned before, if there's other varieties that I just show you that you want to see, I can probably try to add that in the future video. That's all for now. Still very hot. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.